I'm sorry, but Donald Trump hates veterans. He called them suckers and losers.
What do you mean, like sitting into the state capitol to commandeer the state government?
I hope not, but he's definitely talked about.
Hey everybody, we have a very fun video for you guys. I am excited. We are going to be watching and reacting your favorite CNN meltdown moments. Considering it's the holidays and there's a lot of negativity in the world, I figured we have a fun video, sit down, relax, and have a good laugh. Now, the first video you guys are about to watch, you guys love this clip. It's when CNN was trying to push this narrative that Donald Trump might send the U.S. military into blue states if governors don't follow what Donald Trump has to say. I will let the clip speak for itself.
What do you mean use against our own citizens?
I'm talking about
sending... You said blue states behave. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about sending the military into blue states to make them behave. Getting Gavin Newsom under control, getting J.P. Pritzker under control.
What are you
making
talking about? What do you mean, like sitting into the state capitol to commandeer the state government?
I hope not, but he's definitely talked about that. I don't know why you're acting like you've never heard
using the military to suppress, in the Black Lives Matter era, those protests in the street. He
was there himself.
I just make sure I understand your position, that you believe Donald Trump is going to use the military to set up effectively like coups in state capitals of states that he didn't win?
I think you're taking it a step or two.
No, she said make blue states behave, and she also said round up immigrants. That's not true. It's deport illegal immigrants.
Scott,
I think you just need to be a little more
know why you're acting. No.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Hold on. I mean, look. I think you're right. Let's be precise. Trump has wanted to use the military to do things domestically that actually the military is not allowed to do. I think that's the point that she's making.
Like what?
Like deport illegal immigrants. That is actually not a function of the military.
The military can absolutely be used to work with local officials to provide military resources, but working with other parts of the federal government and local officials. We already send the National Guard to the border.
Not against the will of the local officials or the will of the state government. We have a federalist government here.
Okay, now this next clip is another fan favorite. You guys love this clip. It's when CNN was trying to push this narrative that Donald Trump doesn't like veterans when we know that's completely false. You don't hear too much of this rhetoric anymore because it's very hard to prove since statistics and polls say otherwise. But again, enjoy this clip.
When Afghanistan happened, he went under 40, she went under 40, and they really lived there until the end of the He's still there.
Why?
I'll tell you why.
Because he ran and told us that the adults were back in charge, and that was the opposite.
Yeah, they
of
were
that.
because Donald Trump was a child.
And you know what else?
Yeah.
And you know what else?
The
fact that they wouldn't give these 13 service members' families the time of
bullshit,
day.
Dude.
Time of day.
I'm sorry, but Donald Trump hates veterans. He called them suckers and losers. He did. He absolutely, he has his whole life. He has his entire life.
I know you're super emotional. I just.
Of course I am. I'm terrified.
I'm telling you, the political reality is that when they made that decision.
It doesn't matter. You don't admit that Donald Trump hates veterans. You don't admit it. You deny a man, Chief John Kelly, a Marine. You say he lied.
You're still campaigning.
You say he lied. It's not over. It'll never be over. It'll never be over. You wish.
The political.
I don't know if CNN told that guy to curse live on air, but it was so hilarious when Scott Jennings says, cut it out, stop it, you're still campaigning, it's over, it's over. Very classic Scott Jennings moment. But this next clip is equally as funny. It's when CNN was trying to stir the pot once again. How could Donald Trump put a 25% tariff on Mexico? They're never going to listen to the United States.
Sort of the past remain in Mexico, all of these sort of programs
but again, Mexico has actually put a lot more border security on its southern border.
It's really working wonders. This is crazy.
Again, border crossings are down 75%. They're back to what they were under Trump.
If I were her, I would be prepared for my country to possibly have United States military incursions to take out the drug factories and the people who do this to us.
So you think we should not only have a trade war, we should have a military war with Mexico?
I think we have to do what we have to do to stop.
I'm glad we all agree we should be de-escalating.
It sounds like Remember the Alamo. I mean, it sounds crazy.
Like people who are dying in Kentucky.
Not only are we going to send the military on people who are here in the United States, we're now going to send the military over the border to attack Mexico.
No, I think
it's Americans who are bringing the drugs.
I think there are strategic ways to use the United States military to control immigration here and drugs there. And Mexico needs to pay attention to this man and work with us or face the consequences of what
And by the way, not too long after the CNN clip, all of a sudden Mexico says, "You are right, Donald Trump. We want to work with you. We need to control our southern border, and we will try to work on the northern border." So once again, Scott Jennings was correct. Now, this next clip is actually a little cringe. I hate to use that word because CNN is talking about censorship and doesn't even know who's regulating cable versus broadcasting versus social media. It's all very odd. And then Scott Jennings points out, what are you guys even talking about? Do you want censorship?
Platforms are not regulated right now, which gives them carte blanche to whatever they want right now. Elon is not someone who likes to be regulated. And so to buy MSN, he would go under some federal regulations.
Who's regulating CNN right now?
The FCC.
We're not a broadcast. It's cable.
I mean, I don't really think cable stations are under the same regulatory structure
It doesn't go over public airwaves.
that broadcast is.
It's definitely regulated more than than Facebook and
there's
Twitter.
Still, what she's saying is that there's still a litmus test of journalism that you have to pass. You can't come on TV and just make up things and say things. That happens on X. Please don't give me the eyebrow furrow as if you don't know what I'm talking about. It happens often on X. I can go and say the color is blue and I will be met with so many disrespectful remarks. No one's regulating the N-word. No one's regulating the criticism. No one is regulating how people are treated.
How much government regulation of the First Amendment are you for?
Let me tell you something. If I came on here and I just started calling you all kind of names, do you think the bosses would let me continue to do that?
I mean, it happens to me occasionally. I don't know if you watch the
it doesn't happen to you, but it
Okay, so that clip was sort of the beginning of Elon Musk has too much power. There should be a little more censorship. Elon lets everything slide on his platform. Nowadays, out of CNN, you're getting so much of this that Elon Musk has all the power and he needs to be stopped. Now, in this next clip, this is when CNN was talking about how will Donald Trump deport people out of the United States? Is he going to go door to door? And this got into a little bit of a heated match.
There are 1.3 to 1.6 million illegal immigrants in this country today who have already received deportation orders from a court. You can start there. There's another population, as Mark said, that have either committed violent crimes in the United States or committed violent crimes where they came from. You can also do that. That has nothing to do with the people in your neighborhood, has nothing to do with the person in your office, and has nothing to do with whatever the hell you're talking about. It has to do with getting people out of the country who do not belong.
How are you going to deploy the military? Give me how exactly you would deploy an active duty military unit to respond to this crisis.
I would use the military in conjunction with local officials,
what does that
local
look like?
Law enforcement, county sheriffs, people who know their communities, because I assume a lot of the local sheriffs and jailers are going to be the people who end up housing some of these folks before they are deported. But there has to be some...
What's the task and purpose? What's the mission for that young private? What is he actually going to be tasked to do? Guard a gate? Or is he going to be investigating?
I don't know. I wasn't elected
But you're sitting here on CNN saying we should do it. I think you should think out a little bit more about what they actually should be required to do.
It
sounds real good.
One at a time. Scott, quickly.
There are millions of people who came into the country illegally, who have already received deportation orders, or who have committed some other crime while they've been here. The fact that you want to leave them in place is mind-boggling.
That is not what I said. That is not what I said.
Let me ask the same question.
Okay, now this next clip, I'm just going to let it speak for itself. You guys are going to love this. It's Scott Jennings saying, "I want Donald Trump to take Greenland. I will even run for political office in the new territory."
Yes, we need Greenland. Greenland is an amazing thing to have. It's like, you ever play Monopoly? You know, like the first row of properties, you're like, they're cheap, maybe I don't need. You need those. Those are vital properties. I am for Greenland. I wanted him to do it before. I want him to do it now, and I am personally and on television applying to be the military governor of Greenland if, in fact, we do take control of it. This is an amazing idea, and I know everybody's laughing about it, but if he accomplishes this in 4 years, it'll be a great legacy piece for Donald Trump.
Okay, and this next clip is actually another fan favorite. I wanted to put it towards the end of the video. This got very heated on the CNN set where Scott Jennings always gets cut off and he's like, "Nah, I'm done. You guys want to keep cutting me off? Whatever, keep doing it." Again, I'll let the clip speak for itself.
I know your favorite pastime is to come out here and talk over me, but just please.
I care about the facts. I care about the facts.
The reality is, if you talk to anybody in the energy business, if you talk to anybody in
he says things that are wrong, and I interrupt him and correct him because our job is to inform our audience.
I'll just wait.
Hang on 1 second. Scott,
no, it's fine. Go ahead.
Finish
No.
your point.
Look, I play this game every time we come out here. The legitimate answer is, he's going to do stuff on energy. He's going to take regulatory shackles off of the energy producers. If you talk to anybody in the energy business who produces, refines, deals with pipelines. This administration, Democrats in Congress, have put shackles on what they can do.
Then why is energy production at a record high?
If you take the shackles off, the prices will go down.
No,
it should help.
I guess what I'm wondering is why won't you answer the point that she's making, which is that if it's so bad, why is energy production
I didn't dispute it.
Higher than it was under Trump? And on top of that, Trump was asked a very simple question. If you promised the American people that you'd bring prices down and then you failed to do that, is that not a problem? Is that something that the American people will judge him on?
If he brings energy prices down, and if he extends the tax cuts, and he generally implements an economic climate in which incomes can rise and certain things do come down, and he tells the American people the truth about what he's doing the entire time, I think it will be okay.
Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you are still watching, happy holidays. And if you're watching this after the holidays, I still love you as well. Hope everything is going well. And we will see you guys later. We have a lot more work to do. There's going to be a lot more meltdowns. And we have to keep exposing how ridiculous this network can be at times. See you guys later.